What's up, y'all? This week we're going to talk about what is my purpose. Disclaimer, I cannot tell you what your purpose is. I don't have a purpose for you. I'm not God. But what I can do is give you a couple things to help with your purpose. So, preparation, action, executing, maintaining, and then if you relapse. All right, y'all. So, let's get started. Before anything else, what you need to ask yourself is, are you ready for change? A lot of times we end up just talking. We're not really about what we're talking about. So the biggest thing you need to do is, are you ready for change? If yes, then we can move on to what's in your way. You might have had some life obstacles. You might have had kids. You might have had to drop out of school. Financials might have gotten in your way. But the thing we're going to work on is how you can get through this. So we're going to talk about preparation. If you have kids, can you get a babysitter? If something's going on in financials, can you get a second job? Can you find a way to get a side hustle on? Can you get your own business? Things like that. You have to set these things up. Things are not going to fall in your lap. It's not going to be easy for you. So you have to be willing and ready to prepare things for yourself so you can make a seat for yourself at the table. And then after you prepare, you're going to have to execute. You're just going to need some type of action. You can't wait. You can't wait on anybody else. So if you're doing your action, did you actually go sign up for classes? Did you actually go put in the application for the job? Are you actually applying yourself to what you said that it is that you want to do? All right. Maintaining is the next step. To me, maintaining is the hardest part. Anybody can start something. You can always do something for a day, but I think maintaining is the hardest because every day is not going to be the first day. You remember the first practice of the year when you hyped up and you ready to go, and it's not going to be that. Or the first time you start a job and you get the first check, and that's the best check that you had because it was the first one. It's not always going to be like that. You're going to get tired. When it gets in the middle, this is the hardest part. So for me, I'm going to say maintaining is the hardest part, but it's showing up every day and knowing that you have an end goal. You have to remember that the end goal is the thing that's in mind anytime you wake up, that you want to get somewhere, and that's why you're going through what you're going through at the time. But like I said, there is times that you will relapse, that you will fall off, that you will feel like not doing something, and that's okay as long as you get back up. On your journey, you will take some losses. There will never be a perfect plan. There will never be a time where you can get through it and you feel like you did that flawlessly. But don't give up just because things didn't go your way. If your 5 year plan turns into 10 years, if your 10 years turns into 20 years, don't worry about it. As long as you're continuing to grow and you're maintaining, that's all that really matters. So if you relapse, don't give up, don't get discouraged. Just remember that you always have tomorrow to try again to do the same thing. You will for sure fall. There will be times you feel like you don't want to do this, or there will be times you feel like you failed. Just remember that the reason you even started is because you didn't want to be where you were at when you started. So don't go back to where you started at. The biggest thing you'll find out is your purpose is a process. There isn't instant gratification. There isn't something that it'll show up in a week or a month or a year or years. It's something that's continuous. It's something that you always feel like you're reaching after. But you'll know when you hit your spot. You'll know when you hit your stride, and it just feels good to know that you finally, what you're working for has paid off. So keep going, keep striving. So I just want to share my story about like trying to find my purpose at U of M, and I just felt like once I got there, I wasn't really ready. I wasn't prepared, and I was just sort of struggling in classes. And there was a study abroad that came, and some people told me to apply, and I was like, no, I really don't meet the requirements for it. So I put it on the back burner for up until the deadline. And like at the deadline, I was like, I'm gonna apply just because somebody had brought it up again. Then I ran into a friend, like an actual friend, who was applying for it too, and I was like, that'd be pretty cool if we could both go. So say that to say, I applied and I was underqualified for it, and I ended up getting it. And I think three of us went out of like 25 applicants. But I say that to say, take the chance on yourself, and good things will happen. As long as you are doing what you're doing, um, that's preparing you, and you feel like you're the person that can do it. Other people will see that in you. They'll take the chance on you. So just make sure like you're prepared when it's called, and like it won't always seem like you're ready, but you'll be ready. So the recap for this week: are you ready for a change? If you are ready for a change, make sure that you prepare. Make sure that you execute. Make sure that you maintain. And then relapse. And if you do relapse, remember just not to give up, but keep going and find your stride again. But I also want to shout out sweatshirt this week, A Cozy Life, and in honor of Black History Month. I got all of the pioneers before me. So, but that wraps up this video. So make sure you like and subscribe.